Greetings from Thailand. In this series, I would like to focus on the response we have for a very nice program which came out in Voice of America last month. That was October 2021. The title of the documentary, which was brought by Voice of America, was Fulfilling the Buddha's Vision. I would like to, we discussed, among ourselves, and we were discussing whether it is vision or mission. We have to go back to the time when the story was provided for us. The text which we use is Mahaparinirvana Sutra, the longest sutra in the Buddhist text. It tells the story of how the Buddha decided to pass away 3 months after that, and he walked towards Kushinagar, where he actually passed away in Kushinagar. On the way, he met Mara. Mara came and reminded the Buddha. The story about Mara meeting the Buddha happened at the very beginning of the Buddha's life. Immediately after the Buddha was enlightened, the Mara came and invited the Buddha to pass away. The Buddha said, not yet, until I have established the fourfold Buddhist communities, meaning bhikkhus, bhikkhunis, upasika, laymen and laywomen. Men, ordained men, ordained women, and laymen and laywomen. These were the fourfold Buddhist communities. That was the Buddha's vision, that he would like to establish these fourfold Buddhist communities. So that these fourfold Buddhist communities, they study his teaching, they could put into practice, and they could defend the teaching of the Buddha. Then the story continued on. 45 years after that, the Mara came again and then reminded the Buddha that, look, now the fourfold Buddhist communities, the Sangha, is well established. The bhikkhus could preach very well, the bhikkhunis could preach very well. It's time for you to pass away, as you have promised me that you will pass away when the fourfold Buddhist communities is well established. Now the fourfold Buddhist communities are well established, so please consider passing away. What the Mara reported is the mission of the Buddha. The mission of the Buddha was to fulfill his vision. So therefore, his mission was to have the fourfold Buddhist communities established. And this was confirmed by the Mara towards the end of the Buddha's life. And after that, the Buddha agreed, yes, I have established the fourfold Buddhist communities. I have established the bhikkhus, the bhikkhunis, laymen and laywomen. So the picture of the bhikkhuni here is the Buddha's vision and the Buddha's mission. So therefore, if one piece of this huge jigsaw puzzles, if one piece of bhikkhuni is missing, then the picture of Buddhism is not completed. Okay? But now we understand this, fulfilling the Buddha's vision, and also we understand fulfilling the Buddha's mission. We go a little bit beyond what Voice of America actually offered us. In this documentary, there was one senior monk who gave interview saying that the bhikkhuni ordination is not possible. So we have to understand this from academic point of view, from the study of the Tripitaka, from the study of the Buddhist text itself. We cannot just say anything out of the blue sky. We cannot say anything according to our like or dislike. Buddhism cannot continue if we speak on the level of our emotional liking or not liking. When the Buddha gave ordination, the first ordination the Buddha gave was to his own aunt and his stepmother, meaning the Queen Mahapajapati Kodami. And the ordination given to her was by giving 8 Garudama, 8 important rules. And Mahapajapati was the only one Bhikkhuni who was ordained by receiving the 8 Garudama. Okay? Now, along with her, there's a large group of women, princes from the royal family followed her. In the commentary, it says 500. 500 is always number representing that it's a large group. We can consider it's a large group. Do not count them on your fingers. They may be less than 500. This large group of women who followed the Queen Mahapajapati was given ordination by the bhikkhus according to what the Buddha allowed. The Buddha said, "O bhikkhu, I allowed you to give ordination to bhikkhunis." Please read in Bhikkhuni Kantaka, in the Vinaya Pitaka, number 7 in Thai version. Now, in the beginning, the ordination was always done by the Bhikkhu Sangha. Yes? Then it so happened that later on, there was this one particular case of a woman candidate who could not answer the 24 Antarayika Dhamma. English one I would translate as dangerous point. Dangerous point to continued ordained life. So therefore you have to clarify yourself that you are free from these 24 points. She did not answer. You know, when the monk who actually organized the ordination, she did not answer. So therefore, the ordination could not continue. So now the monks came to report to the Buddha. This is the problem we face. This one particular woman, one particular candidate asking for ordination, but she refused to answer the 24 dangerous points, which we call purification. Why? Why she did not answer? She felt shy to answer these points. What were the points that they were asking that this particular woman was shy? Asking about the private part, female private part. Of course, imagine in that time, in India, in Indian society, among all these senior monks, this poor lady has to answer about her private part in front of them. It was not possible. Therefore, she did not answer. She felt shy. Oh, then the Buddha understood the problem, and he said, look, what you do. Allow the Bhikkhuni Sangha to ask these dangerous points. And once when the candidate has been able to answer all the 24 dangerous points, which means she is now purified, and then send her for the ordination by the monk. So the Bhikkhuni Sangha is brought in to do this first part of ordination, which is purification. The important part, that is the ordination, is always done by the Bhikkhu Sangha. So we say, you know, for ordination of Bhikkhuni, you need both Bhikkhuni Sangha as well as Bhikkhu Sangha. You need both the Sanghas, but the Bhikkhuni Sangha is to do this, is to do the purification, and the Bhikkhu Sangha is to do the ordination. Yes, we understand this? Now, this candidate somehow, you know, was very clumsy in doing things, and when she was presented in the Bhikkhu Sangha complained, oh, go and train her well, complain to the Bhikkhuni Sangha, you train her well before you send her to the ordination, otherwise it's very clumsy and it does not look nice. So again, the Bhikkhuni, on the Bhikkhuni side, has to appoint one senior Bhikkhuni who is well versed in the Vinaya, who is well versed in the procedure, and train them well. This Bhikkhuni must be appointed by the Bhikkhu Sangha. This Bhikkhuni who is appointed by the Sangha is called Pawattini. Pawattini is a teacher, senior teacher, Bhikkhuni senior teacher who has at least 12 years standing, well versed in the Dharma Vinaya. She herself practices well. You know, so this is the quality of the Pawattini. You note on the Bhikkhu side, the one who presides over the ordination is called Upajjhaya. Yes, Upajjhaya is always on the Bhikkhu side. And on the Bhikkhuni side, it is Pawattini. The Buddha never gave permission for the Bhikkhuni to give Bhikkhuni ordination. The ordination was given to the Bhikkhu. Yes, to the Bhikkhu. So underline this, then we have a clear understanding of how we can perform ordination for Bhikkhunis in the present day. The latest revival of the Bhikkhuni ordination, which is recognized by the academics as well as by the monastics, happened in the year 1998. I'm talking about Asian women. Ordination for Asian women happened in 1998. And the ordination was first purified by the Bhikkhuni Sangha. Then Upasambhada, full ordination, is by the Bhikkhu Sangha. And full ordination by the Bhikkhu Sangha must be Theravada, because we are starting the Theravada Bhikkhuni lineage. So this is how the ordination for the present situation in this modern time is happening. So we understand that yes, you need both Sanghas, but the Bhikkhuni to do the purification, and for the Bhikkhu Sangha is to do the Upasambhada, to do the full ordination. Okay? What happens if there are no Bhikkhunis? Can the candidate answer the questions? Can the candidate answer the dangerous points directly to the Bhikkhus? I would say legally, yes, she can be ordained directly by the Bhikkhu Sangha. In the olden days, or even now, the ordination by the Bhikkhu Sangha is acceptance. The Bhikkhu Sangha accepts this particular candidate as now she is a Bhikkhuni, she is ordained. And also in the Bhikkhuni, on the Bhikkhuni side, when this purification is done, then the candidate is accepted by the Bhikkhuni Sangha. Thus, we need both Sangha. But the ordination itself, you have to understand the process of ordination, that the Bhikkhuni comes in to do this part, and the Bhikkhu Sangha comes in to do this part. Okay? Upasambhada is done always by the Bhikkhu Sangha. Yes? Now, the second point which was raised by the senior monk, I am not responding to him, but I just want to offer a clear understanding. He said that the Bhikkhunis would mess up Buddhism. In the Buddha's time, a non-Buddhist came and asked the Buddha about this Bhikkhuni, these ordained women, whether they have achieved anything or they are just still being a housewife, playing the housewife role. The Buddha said, no, these women, these Bhikkhunis, they are enlightened. Not 100, not 200, not 300, not 400, not 500, but more. This is exact wordings of the Buddha, which we found in the Tripitaka. So therefore, when these women were enlightened, could we say that they messed up Buddhism? No, they came in to help propagate Buddhism. They came in to help the fourfold Buddhist. It is like four legs of a chair. When you sit on on a chair with four legs, it is much more sturdy, much more stronger, and much more, it is safer. Then the Buddha praised the bhikkhus, praised the bhikkhunis, praised the laymen and laywomen, that they were foremost, eta thakka, foremost in different qualities. Among the bhikkhunis, more than 500 enlightened bhikkhunis that we have the picture now, among them, 13 of them were singularly, individually praised by the Buddha. For this one is foremost in keeping the Vinaya. This one is foremost in having wisdom. On the female side, on the Bhikkhuni side, we don't talk about them much. But actually, on the male side, you have Moggallana. Venerable Moggallana is known for his performing miracles. On the Bhikkhuni side, you also have Venerable Upalawana. Upalawana was also known for her miracle, performing miracles. Who said this? It's the Buddha. The Buddha said that. Yes? And on the male side, you have Venerable Sariputra, known for his wisdom. On the Bhikkhuni side, you have Venerable Queen Khema, known for her wisdom. And the Buddha was the one who praised them. So we have to really pay respect to the Buddha, that he really nurtured his disciples, both the bhikkhus, both the bhikkhunis, laymen and laywomen, well, because he expected that they, the four groups of these Buddhist communities, will in the future take care, nurture his teaching, propagate his teaching, make known his teaching, both in their wordings as well as in their life, put the teaching into life. Yes? So this, of course, is far away from Bhikkhuni messing up the Buddha, messing up Buddhism. And then the last issue that he mentioned was the women, because he was afraid that the Bhikkhuni would mess up Buddhism. Therefore, best for you is to remain as Machi. As Machi. Now, you may not understand what is the Machi. Machi is a white robe nun in Thailand. Machi was found during Ayutthaya period. I would say it goes back to some 400 years ago. And the first mentioning of Machi was in the record of the missionary who was in Ayutthaya in that time. The picture we got from him was the Machi was elderly women, but wanted to continue religious life, so they shaved their hair, put on white, but they observe only 8 precepts, and usually would stay in the corner of the temple. This is what was recorded by the missionary in Ayutthaya period. We don't know how they got started. We could not trace the history of the Machi. But anyway, the senior monk suggested that women can best be only Machi because they take only 8 precepts. Now, the Buddha never ordained women as Machi. The Buddha ordained women as Bhikkhuni. The younger ones would be Samaneri. Number 2, wearing white. There were cases of monks who misbehaved, who transgressed heavy rules. He was forced out of the compound and to wear white. So wearing white is a sign of not being monastic, is a sign of not being Buddhist even. So wearing white is not a symbol for women to wear as an ordained person. Yes, ordained person always wear this kasaya. Kasaya meaning the robe which is dyed in a natural dye. In the forest you have brownish, greenish, brown, whatever. So the color is that which they could get from the forest where they live, where they practice. So being only the Machi is not the idea of the Buddha, not the idea of the Buddha. And the Buddha said that when you want to make merit, when you want to make offering, best is offered to the Buddha. But now the Buddha is not there, So best is to offer to the enlightened ones. We are not sure which one are enlightened. Best is to offer to the Bhikkhu Sangha and to the Bhikkhuni Sangha. The merit gained by offering to both Sanghas is greater than offering to one Sangha. Yes, this is also what the Buddha said. Now, people kind of, what will happen in the future? Would there be the time when Buddhism decline? What would be the reason for the decline of Buddhism in the future? This was asked by Venerable Kimpila. My reference is in Anguttara Nikaya, Panchaka Nibbāna, section of 5. The Buddha said very clearly to Venerable Kimpila that the future of the Buddha, of Buddhism, the decline might happen with these five points. That the fourfold Buddhist communities do not respect the Buddha. In this case, do not respect the Buddha, right? What the Buddha said, you don't listen. What the Buddha's mission, you don't care. What was the Buddha's mission, you don't want to continue. That will bring about the decline of Buddhism. The Buddha said that the decline of the Buddhism is because the fourfold Buddhist communities, number one, do not respect the Buddha, do not respect Dharma, do not respect the Sangha, do not pay attention to study the Dharma, and last, do not respect each other. These 5 points will bring about the downfall of Buddhism. Yes, so here we are as a Bhikkhuni Sangha of Songtham Kalayani Temple. We read very carefully, line to line, between the line, and understand that this was the vision of the Buddha, and the vision of the Buddha, what the Buddha foresee into the future, had become his mission. And the Bhikkhuni piece of jigsaw is his mission. The establishment of the Bhikkhuni Sangha is the Buddha's mission. So what we are doing now as Bhikkhuni, we are fulfilling the mission of the Buddha. With respect to the Buddha, we are trying to keep this mission possible by dedicating our life to the practice of Buddhism, to understand the teaching of the Buddha, to know how to lead the monastic life properly, to be beneficial to oneself and to be beneficial for others. So this should be our attitude, and we as Bhikkhuni Sangha in Thailand will do the least we can do is to pay respect to the Buddha and to nourish what the Buddha gave us. We nourish the mission that the Buddha gave us. It's so beautiful. Buddhism is very beautiful religion, that it allows a space for all sentient beings, all male and female, to come forward to lead this monastic life. Monastic life is a shortcut so that they can practice well. So we as a Bhikkhuni Sangha, we move forward with a clear understanding of what was the Buddha's mission. With respect to the Buddha's mission, we are Bhikkhuni Sangha. Now in Thailand, we are also spreading to Asian countries, other Asian countries, and we are connected in Dharma. Thank you.